Hello YouTube, I'm Jay, and this is my new tank that I got. It is a 12-gallon, that's about 50 liters. It's not a huge tank, but it's about twice as big as the previous planted aquarium I had. And I will be setting this up as a planted tank. It will be no CO2, no fertilizer, planted aquarium with just dirt as a substrate. So that will be exciting, and I'll be taking you through it step by step. Okay, so what I've done here is I have added a bunch of cutout plastic bottles as a sort of scaffolding. Because I'm planning to make a very tall aquascape, if I just stack up the soil, once I add water, it's gonna all come tumbling down. So these will act as base supports so that that doesn't happen. So I've roughly laid them out in the height that I am planning to build. And I'll be filling up these bottles now with some soil. Okay, so what I've got here, this is Asian orchid substrate. It looks like this. Looks like a little gravel. This is basically baked clay. It's very cheap and light, so I'll be using this as a filler to fill up these bottles so that they don't topple over. Okay, now I have filled up the bottles partially with the orchid substrate. Now I'm going to add some dirt. Alright, so this is the dirt I'll be adding. It's just straight up potting mix, and I'm just going to dump it in there. Okay, so I filled up most of the space with dirt, and now I'll be using my stones, which I've gathered from a nearby mountain, create the hardscape. Okay, so I am mostly done with the hardscape. This is what it looks like from above. A little area to spare my filter intake. I have little crevices in between for planting. This is what it looks like from the front. Now I will be adding some sand and some soil to top off the dirt. Okay, so I have added sand in the valley area. That's where I want some sand. It's just sand I gathered from a nearby river, so it's nothing special. And in these planting areas, I will be adding some akadama soil. And akadama soil is this stuff right here. This is actually for bonsai trees. I'll be using this instead of regular old aqua soil because it's much cheaper, right? Okay, now I've added the akadama soil, so this is what it looks like. And the last thing I want to do is I have these little pieces of plastic that I cut out, and in certain spots I will want to reinforce it, like over here. I feel like if I fill water, the soil is going to spill over down here, so I will want to slide a little piece of plastic like this into that gap there to reinforce it, okay? So that's what I'm going to do all over the place. Okay, now that I've added substrates, I'm going to slowly, oh so slowly, start adding water to it. Okay, I'm done filling up the tank. And it's still murky. That is to be expected. I'm just going to leave it like this for a couple hours for things to settle down and make some final adjustments. Alright? Okay, so the tank, it's been a couple hours now. It's mostly clear. So I'm just going to do a little bit of adjustment here and there with my brush to level the substrate and move the sand around a little bit. Alright, now I got some adjustments in place. I'm going to start planting out the plants. first up here, I got some clover grass. Right there. I'm going to start up with these guys. Alright, so I finished planting out the tank. You can see all the spaces are filled in. The tank is still murky. Planting process kicked up a little bit of dirt from the bottom. This will clear up over time, and these plants will take months to grow out, so I will be doing periodic updates. Thanks for watching, guys.